This is it, people. This is what you've been waiting for. This is Everyday Celebrity Podcast. The podcast for everyday people with everyday problems, trying to find everyday solutions to accomplish everyday goals. Let's start the show. You. Welcome to Part 2 of episode 8? Okay, episode 8, yeah. Alright, we're still with Lori. We're still with Kat. Did you remember what we were talking about last?
Sexuality.
Was there like something specific we were talking about?
The last thing I think we were discussing was what was the weirdest thing we'd ever done sexually.
No. Okay, yeah. You were talking about the adult industry.
Yes.
So, okay, yeah. So you got into webcamming.
Yes.
Okay, so why did you get into it? Were you trying to, like, in college or some shit?
No, I was just trying to make extra money. And then, like I said, I was kind of like piqued my interest of my sexuality at that point in time. So I was just seeing a lot of things at that point, and it was so easily accessible that I began experimenting and seeing what there was out there.
All right, so you weren't nervous when you started?
Of course, everyone's nervous, like, entering into things that they know nothing about. It's like, you know, no one wants to be like, they're going to make fun of me, or I'm stupid, or whatever.
Were you nervous about your mom walking in the goddamn? Or
no, my mom lived 3,000 miles away, so it didn't matter.
Okay, so you're already gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put a Batman mask on, make sure no one sees you.
No. Well, at first, yeah, I was definitely didn't really want my face to be on there. I didn't know who would recognize me. And then I just started caring less and less that if anyone saw me, I was like,
sex
fine.
work.
Yeah.
So you actually started with a mask on?
No, I just didn't really show my face that much. And then I just got over it really quick. I was like, this is just more awkward for me not to be authentic. Like, even though I'm portraying somebody else for a very specific group of people, I just didn't feel like I needed to make up more of somebody I wasn't.
All right. So how long were you doing that, webcamming?
For 7 years. So I did it the 3 years I lived in Hollywood, Florida, and then I did it for 4 years after that. So I did it throughout the rest of college, and then when I first moved out to San Francisco, I did that for the first year and a half, and then that company closed down, and then that was the end of that.
Did you stop just because the company closed down?
Yeah, because it was good money. It was easy for me. I mean,
you couldn't just find another company or do it on your own?
I had a really good situation with the company I was with, where it definitely wasn't as provocative for what I was required to do. Where it was just a lot more comfortable for me. And other companies, it's like you're really having to fight your way, or you have to get your own clients, where I was just guaranteed a pretty good hourly wage period, so I didn't have to do much else with that.
Have you ever had sex on camera?
Yes.
On your webcam?
Yes.
So people would be like, yo, I want to see you fuck somebody, and you would...
No, it was just kind of my webcamming was much different than a traditional cam site, where you go in and you can choose from thousands of different women that are all sitting there, and then it'd be a public chat where everyone starts engaging you, and the person that's paying you the most money may ask you to go private. That was not the system I was doing. I was just basically paid to be in a public chat the entire time. So I would just do my own performances, whatever I wanted to. And people could request things out of me, but it wasn't I was obligated to do anything for anybody. It was just my own thing. Because there was other people in the room that were also participating, both male and females. It was more of a community webcam than it was just a pay-per-play kind of a situation.
Nice. And FYI for everybody who's listening to this, I know there's a big difference in the audio between episode 8
Part 1.
Yeah, part 1. See, she's keeping me on my toes. So there's a big difference in the audio from part 1 to part 2. Is because we changed locations. Now we're in a bar. One of the best unique bars in the Bay Area, Oakland specifically. It's on Telegraph. It's called The Avenue. It was owned by Marilyn Manson, passed down from generation to generation. It's not. It wasn't owned by. I'm just joking. But when you walk in here, you'll get the vibe of grunge,
Punk rock, and
yeah.
biker bar.
Bikers.
It's my favorite bar here.
It is my favorite bar also. Well, that and Starline. But this is my favorite neighborhood bar because I'm around the corner. But shout out to The Avenue for hosting us, and come here, get cheap drinks. And if you go in the bathroom, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be offered cocaine. Just joking. That was a joke. Well, I can
There's
edit
women, or there's naked women in the female bathroom all over the walls.
Yes. I've been in that bathroom. Yeah, I know. All right. Lori, would you ever videotape yourself having sex with a partner?
No. Because it's that good, we can just do it every night. Plus, I don't want to watch it later. That's so weird.
Why is that weird?
I just like watching yourself have sex. I don't know. To me, I'm just not my cup of tea.
Do you take like selfies, like
Like nudes?
like nudes, and send them to your girls?
I have. But
Do
I
you
also
feel weird when you do it?
No, you just don't show your face. Never show your face. That's number one rule in a nude. Never show your face. Because then they can't pin it on you unless you have tattoos like me, and then you're fucked. And I'm like, oh, that wasn't me. They're like, but that tattoo on your arm. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I mean, I sleep naked every night, so my partner gets to see.
I think everybody sleeps naked.
It's the best freeing feeling. You get one leg outside of that comforter, you get the air coming in through the window and the fan on.
Studies have shown people who sleep naked have less chances of having back pain. Because you say you're sleeping on, you have a sweater on in your sleep, right?
Oh, okay.
And those wrinkles in the sweater might make your back like turn some type of way. So when you sleep naked, you're just like free.
I can't afford to have back pains.
I don't think anyone can. All right, so well, Kate, I already know you probably sent some nudes in your day.
Done what?
Nothing. Sent some nudes in your day.
Oh, yeah, I still do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Got to keep things spicy, you know?
Right.
I don't appreciate an unforeseen
Do you like getting dick
nude.
pics?
If it's from somebody I want it from.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were you ever on BART and just got a random airdrop and it was a dick?
No, luckily, because I don't allow people to airdrop me unless they're in my contacts list.
I try to airdrop on the highway.
No, but you can
Nobody had
airdrop
their
to all
airdrop
all the iPhones that are
No,
near you.
but you choose, I don't allow any airdrop to happen to my phone unless it's in my contacts list.
Yeah, the reason why I say that is because I was on BART one time, and then it was like this teenage chick. She got someone airdropped a picture of his dick or something on the BART.
And then she sent it to everyone?
No. Someone did it. Some guy did it on the BART and airdropped it to all the local phones that were in his area. And this girl on BART received it. She was a teenager, and she started yelling. She's like, "Who the fuck airdropped their picture of their dick?" All out loud and shit on the BART. She's running up and down the fucking aisle and shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to see if I can airdrop a picture of Baby Yoda right now. It says, nobody, absolutely no one, not a single soul. Me, this is my dog. It's pretty accurate. Let's see what we get. Ooh, we got 2 other iPhones.
It's
probably us.
Exactly.
Oh, damn it, guys.
All right, so when you were growing up, you were a tomboy, Kate?
Yes.
Growing up?
Hardcore
So were you?
tomboy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I played baseball growing up, played soccer, so...
I thought
I
I
didn't
was
really
a boy
stand-
at some point in time, and then I realized I tried to follow my brother into the boys' bathroom, like a public area,
Yeah.
and they were like, "You can't go in there." I was like, "Why not?" And my brother was like, "You don't have a dick," and I was like, "What do you mean?" Because obviously I didn't really fully understand what that was like, and that was the rude awakening that I was different than my brother.
And you played sports?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I didn't stand a chance. Did not stand a chance.
You played baseball and what else?
I played baseball, basketball, golf, soccer.
Were you good at basketball?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Point guard.
That's interesting. I love girls who play basketball.
There you
You
go.
gotta be like really good though.
I
So
don't know
did
how
you
I am
play?
now.
You played all through high school?
Yeah, I was the first girl at my military school that tried out and made varsity, and still to this day, no other girl's done it.
Wait, you were on a boys team?
Yeah.
So they had a co-ed team?
No, I was on the boys team. They didn't have softball.
Oh, you're talking about softball. I'm talking about basketball.
You just said... That's not what you're talking about. Basketball, yes. I played basketball, varsity, freshman, sophomore year at my military school.
Okay.
Then played rec league the rest of high school when I left. And then, yeah, I mean, golf was co-ed. Baseball was not. I was on the guys' baseball team. And that was really it.
Mm. And what college did you go to? Or did you go to college?
I went to U of A for a semester, really wasn't feeling it, and I've done some classes at like community college.
I used to live by, well, not by U of A, Norfolk. I was in
U of A
Norfolk.
is in Arizona, Tucson.
University of Arizona.
Oh, I thought you said UVA, University of
I would
Virginia.
not go to that school. No offense to anybody that has. Not my cup of tea over there.
So what did you major in college?
I wanted to major in criminal justice, but I stopped to pursue being a mechanic. But currently I'm going to start working on, in the new year, real estate and EMT.
So you're a mechanic now.
Yes, I am.
How does it feel working in a mostly male-dominated field?
Horrible. It's horrible. You definitely get looked at different. Definitely don't get the same respect or willingness to like teach me how to do things. But I just started working at a new shop in the city, in the Mission, and I got to tell you, this is the best shop I've ever worked on in the 3 years that I've been working on cars.
Why do you say it's the best?
There's another female there, another lesbian as well, so it's a nice little community. These guys, they want to teach me. They don't look at me as, oh, you're another female tech.
Yeah.
It's definitely just the utmost respect overall. I've never felt so welcomed into a community that's wanted to teach me, and I really love that about this company.
Where were you working at before?
Don't want to blast their names out here. They're just not...
Well, that's what we do. What's their name?
So I worked at Sunnyvale Volkswagen.
Sunnyvale Volkswagen?
Yeah, that was a cool place. I did get my start there.
Can I tag them in this?
Please don't. That was a cool spot to work at, and then I moved to Oakland off and on, and so then I worked at Oakland Volkswagen, which was absolutely horrible, and then worked at a few other shops since.
Now working in like being a mechanic, a woman mechanic, and like doing construction and shit, being a woman, there's obviously male locker room talk, right? Do you hear a lot of that? Do you feel offended?
Absolutely.
Do you get offended about what they say?
No, because it's just like some of the stuff that comes out of the mouth is just fucking stupid. And I'm just like, where are you getting this idea? Like scissoring, for example. What? No, I'm not. No, on a Friday night, I'm like, I'm not gonna go grab a six-pack and scissor my girlfriend. Like that's not a thing. It's not happening.
It's not a thing?
Have you ever? Should I even ask you if you've ever
we're
scissored?
People think scissoring is a certain thing that it's really not.
What I don't understand is how can you have an orgasm through scissoring?
Exactly. It's just
the fingers work way more wonders than the penis will ever work.
Yeah,
but we're talking about scissoring though. That's not
scissoring. It's not a thing. It doesn't work. It's this idea like girls with freaking nails like you see in porn. Like no, I'm not turning into a freaking
Continue
skewer.
talking.
It's just I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I don't think it's a real thing. What's your take?
It's non-relevant.
I agree. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't think that's really what like lesbian sex is, and I think lesbian sex is also like way more intimate than people are portraying it to be.
Oh yeah.
It's not just this girl's hot, I'm gonna go fuck her. It's if I want to have sex with you, need to feel some sort of emotion towards you. We need a vibe. We need to connect. The chemistry's got to be there.
Well, it's more intimate.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if it's a hookup, it's still got to be some sort of intimacy.
Yeah.
So that's just how I kind of feel about sex. Sex is great,
we were
though.
talking about scissoring, though.
Yeah, and then you walked away, so
All
we're
right,
just
so
trying
let's
to
rewind
keep it going. So we talked about scissoring. We touched base on it, how it's just like it's not a thing. It's what like porn has.
So you don't like scissoring?
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
I've never even done it.
It's like I said, like the fingers do way more work than like other things that are portrayed. Like, I think people have a really jaded perspective on, like, what lesbian sex is.
Do you remember the first time you had an orgasm?
Yeah, and
Was it with a woman?
It was myself.
Oh, yourself?
Yeah, self-gratification.
How old were you?
I don't know. I was probably
Cheers
a young
to that.
teenager. I was probably like
Flicking
15
the
or
bean.
16 when I fully understood what
Oh, yeah,
it
you
was.
can come in on this,
Cheers.
too.
It's a co-ed thing, I think. So, your first orgasm was self. Lori,
Mine was with a girl.
Was this as an adult or
Yeah, as an adult, it was first girl I came
was
out.
it the college chick?
No.
Freshman
Someone that I dated right before I came out here, and somebody that I kind of moved out here for. Well, not kind of. I moved out here for someone. I'm just not going to.
I mean, you already said
sugarcoat
it on
yeah.
part one.
I moved out here for someone. Not the same person I met on MySpace. It was somebody else that I dated that I moved out here for. I just visited that other girl.
Are you a player?
I just crush a lot. No, I am not a player. I mean, I used. Oh God, I feel like I'm just gonna fuck myself over in this whole thing, but
because
it's okay.
Now you're like, part 2 is going to be a whole different vibe because
Part 2 is gonna be raw
They're getting
and unleashed.
drunk. They're getting drunk now.
Yeah, all right, we're going all in. I moved out here for someone that I met when I visited that girl Shannon I talked about in part 1 briefly. Lived with her, and that was somebody that I started dating for the first three and a half years that I came here. So that was my first orgasm. We had great sex.
Was she like eating you out or?
Yeah, absolutely. That, do a little finger blasting, do some crazy shit.
That's where it's at.
But yeah, I mean, sex is a huge thing in a relationship. And I think as long as the sex is there and chemistry in that department is there, I think, you can only go up.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important.
What's one thing that you hate doing
In
during
bed?
sex? Yeah. That you hate. Or not even hate, just dislike doing.
That's really... I'm going to pass this one on to you, and then I'm going to try to figure that one out.
I really dislike talking in bed. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, when someone's really trying to be, like, super, either, like, whisper sweet nothings into your ear.
Yeah, no,
like,
I can
either,
agree.
like, being, like, mad intimate. Like, where it's, like, there's definitely making love, and there's sometimes some
Like
verbal
talking
things
dirty?
I have to engage in. But when you're getting, like, too out there with, like, too much talking, I'm like, I will literally shut you up. Like, it's just, like, you're fucking up my vibe. Like, stop.
What type of men do you fuck with that talks all the time?
Well, I'm just saying,
I
like,
don't
in
say
terms
shit.
of people that,
You're
like,
quiet?
I've been in serious
Hear a pin
relationships. Like, if I'm making love to someone and they feel they really want to, like, overly talk about it, because that's what they think being intimate is. Like, it's just, like, I can't focus on, like, the now, that fucks me up. Or someone that's, like, overly talking dirty, like, to the point where I all I hear is you talking, and I'm, like, focusing on trying to, like, have sex with you. It's a little bit... it's just too much for me. It's just the only thing I don't like. Everything else is just like, it depends with that person, It's like something that maybe wasn't good with somebody else is better with someone else. So it
Do
just
you
depends.
like getting head?
I like both giving and receiving. I think you have to like giving in order to receive.
I don't think that's true. I know a shit ton of girls who hate giving head, but they
That's
would
not-
never
but
turn
that-
you down if you want to eat
But
them
then
out.
they don't know how to really have a relationship. Then it's equal give and take. Because it's like,
I mean, they'll
that's
do
like-
it, but they
But
don't
what's
like
more
doing
powerful than you being able to like get your man's or your woman's off like from your power? Like I
Those-
think that's hella powerful.
it. There's those girls out there who just love sucking dick, and they go to the ends of the earth to try to make you nut on getting head. And then there's those girls who are like, oh, he ate me out, so I guess I gotta return the favor, and then like try to do it all real fast.
But that's
So
what
they
I'm saying.
can
Is like she probably honestly didn't really care about getting the receiving. It's like it's a weird mental thing. Like you have to really enjoy what you're doing in order to be able to receive something,
Okay.
or at least be open to it. That's what I think.
Lori is on her phone right now,
Sorry, I got a
and all
text
the
message.
YouTubers are watching you on your.
I'm sorry.
fucking-
I got a text
All right,
message.
so who texted you?
My partner.
Yeah. You want to shout out your partners now?
My partner's name is Erica. She's pretty rad. She will not listen to this because she doesn't want to hear about my past.
All right, well, Erica, come on the show by yourself.
I think she should.
Yeah.
She needs to be a little bit more open and laid back. She's very uptight. It's got to stop.
So how did you guys...
Oh.
Was it opposites attract or something?
So my ex introduced us together.
Oh my God.
My ex introduced us together, and we were best friends. There was no intentions, absolutely no intentions of ever getting together.
Sure.
Fuck off. Yeah, no, I was very much so in love with my ex-partner. I couldn't imagine cheating. And so we broke up. And
Was she trying to get with you when you were with?
No,
She wasn't showing you no sign, no flirt.
Nope.
Look at her eyes.
Nope, nothing. We had no idea this was gonna happen. She still gets shit for it, but I mean it's all good. We're happy, and that's all that matters.
I'm assuming you made the first move, saying what's up.
I laid in the middle of the street with my boot on my foot after I broke my foot, and I was like, dude, if you don't go out with me, I'm just gonna let the next car hit me. She was like, no, you won't, and I was like, you're right, I won't. So I was just like, come on. I was like, let's give this a shot and see what happens.
So your ex knew her, right? So
Yep.
When you guys broke up, how long? When did you start dating her? Was it within a month or a couple weeks? Days?
72 hours.
Lesbians, they say, just call the U-Haul.
No, we didn't move in. No,
That's
I
the
don't.
thing?
It's a joke.
Oh, I was about to say it's kind of funny.
Yeah, no U-Haul. No U-Haul at all.
But it was 72 hours?
Yeah, we hooked up within 72 hours. Kind of feel ashamed. I didn't give myself enough time to heal, but fuck it. You broke up with me.
Okay, but let me get something straight. So obviously you guys were something was going on while you were with this girl.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't do that
So no
shit.
flirting, nothing.
Nope.
Nothing at all.
No, I was gonna marry the
You
person
never,
that I was with.
accidentally touched her butt or anything.
No, I was
Never
gonna marry.
kissed her as a
Nope.
friendship kiss, hi.
Nope.
None of that.
Nothing. Swear.
So nothing romantic ever happened at all.
No.
And then within 72 hours, you guys fuck. And this girl is friends with your...
Was
friends. Well, when you were with her, they were good friends. And this girl... What's that word? When you fuck somebody over. When this girl stabbed her best friend in the back.
No,
not homework. This girl stabbed her best friend in the back.
No, they weren't
Within
best friends.
72
You said
hours?
friends to best friends. No.
You're not telling the truth.
So I am.
Tell the truth on this podcast.
Listen.
Did you cheat on your ex-girlfriend with her?
Absolutely not.
Nothing.
Nope. I'm looking you dead in the eyes right now. I know only YouTube can see it, but
Oh, shit. That's her girlfriend is texting her right now because this is live streaming on YouTube.
I know my dog got out, so that's what I'm trying to deal with.
All right, well, all right, yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, all right, so that's the truth.
Yeah, I never cheated. I wanted to marry this
Kate,
girl.
what do you think? Do you think she...
I believe it.
No.
What reason do I have to lie?
Huh? No, I'm saying you have to... I'm just saying, asking her what does she believe.
Do
Do you believe that within 72
when
hours of
you-
nothing, no contact whatsoever...
I think people go towards comfort. Women's chemical, emotional state is much different than a man's chemical state. I don't think Lori's was a situation of I'm going to now leave my partner and then fuck
not just
Erica.
partner, a girl that she wanted to marry.
Right.
That's
It's just,
deep
I
love.
think,
Yeah,
but
I've never.
that's
wanted
where,
to do that.
So within 72 hours, you were like, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to fuck.
That's not cheating.
Well, not cheat. I'm going to fuck my exes, the ex that I wanted to marry. And you didn't dump her. She dumped you. So
Correct.
obviously.
I always get dumped.
Yeah, so obviously
fucking trash.
those feelings were the same when she dumped you. You still loved her. So within
Yeah.
72 hours. See, I know what really happened.
I don't
All right.
think you do.
I do.
Sherlock
She was in
Holmes,
love.
break it down.
She was in love with this woman, and she felt betrayed like a motherfucker when she dumped her. So she's like, how can I hurt this girl like she hurt me? Oh, I'm going to fuck her best friend.
I think this is where we talked about
wait, is
double
that true?
standards.
No,
so
let me-
men
is that
are
true,
vindictive.
Lori? Is it
No.
true? Okay, all right. Okay.
I think that men can be actually more vindictive
Lori's
than
lying,
women
though,
with
but-
certain things, even though we get cut out as being crazy or a psycho, whatever. I think for Lori, she was broken.
Yeah.
Her comfort person
That's what I just said.
was,
She was-
Erica. No, but she's not being vindictive. She felt comfort within Erica. Therefore, she just naturally gravitated towards someone that was giving her what she
But
wanted and needed.
Why did Erica comfort her instead of her
Well,
best
that
friend?
we cannot speak on because none of us are Erica. I think Erica could have had feelings for Lori, and therefore she was open to Lori coming towards her. But I think on
But
Lori's,
Lori just said there was no type of sexual. She didn't even blink
You
her
don't have
eyes.
to
but I'm saying
sexual
it's
to be-
emotional
Well, there was
feelings.
no feeling. No, she just said there was no feeling whatsoever.
Said no
Sexual
sexual
feelings
feelings.
is different than emotional feelings towards someone.
She said
That's what I'm
there
saying.
was no
Men
feelings,
and
period.
women are
Rewind.
very
Let's go back on
different.
that
God.
track.
I swear to God, you said there was no feelings whatsoever.
I didn't have
with this girl.
feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
Because her feelings
we're
were
talking about me.
preoccupied by somebody else. But
Correct.
once she was no longer in the picture, where do we go for it? We have to fill a void. We fill a void with comfort of what is familiar. What is familiar? Erica had been around. Therefore, she is a familiar, safe place for her to go. This is different in like the relationships with a man and a woman versus a woman and a woman. And I think even for like a gay man and another man is very different than the way women emotionally connect. That's why I was joking earlier about the U-Haul euphemism of like we
gonna
move
Google that shit. I think that's a
we
real
move
phrase.
at a different pace because it's like we can openly connect with someone on an emotional level. You have our heart. Our heart is our sacred place. It's not about just sex for us. That's like what Lori was saying earlier. It's like we need to be
I know
intimate
that.
with somebody to a degree, whether we cerebrally and consciously
All right,
know
well,
that we
time
are.
out. So let's segue into something. Now, everyone knows, well, a lot of people think that cheating-wise, like let's say you're with a man, you're dating a man, you're dating a woman. Lori, in this case, you're dating a woman. Let's say you're dating a man. All right. When men cheat and when women cheat. So a woman could cheat on a guy, right?
And you're
then-
still the dog.
And then the guy, and then the guy will be done. He'll be 100% done with her.
See,
But
if
a woman, wait. And then a woman can cheat on a man.
No, you mean the other way
No,
around.
yeah,
A
the
man
other way.
cheats on a
man
woman.
cheats on a woman, and then she will be like, yeah, she'll stick around, like, and then
'Cause
he'll
she's
cheat again, and then
emotionally
she'll stick around.
invested.
So what I'm saying is, the difference. Do you know why men get so? The question is, why do you think men are so angry at women when they cheat than women?
Well, that's what I said earlier in part one about we're very similar, but it's almost from the opposite perspective of things, of what we need in a relationship. You know, there's the old saying of like, there's always like that one woman that broke that man's heart and fucked him up for days on end, and then you try to step in as the next bitch, and it's like, good luck type of shit. Where for a man, it's egoic. Mostly it's ego that somebody else pissed on your doormat. You are no longer wanting that person because somebody else pissed on your doormat. We're a woman. We have emotionally invested in our person. That it doesn't matter if somebody else stepped to your shit or not. Like, we just have emotions involved in that.
fucked up out here.
Therefore, it's much different. But surprisingly, in my case, every time I've ever cheated, I'm honest as fuck. I'm the first person to say, I fucked up, I did this. I will tell you even before it happens, actually. And they still want me. But that's just who I am. I'm very open and honest with everything that I do. I don't hide anything in terms of, like,
Well,
the surface level shit.
I think you got half of that question right.
Okay.
The first half is the pissing on the doorstep. Yeah, men are prideful. That's totally true. And then I think that the second part of that question or that answer is men know that women, it's that whole, have you ever heard that saying, like, men fuck who they can and women, no. And men fuck who they can and women fuck who they want. Have you ever heard that before? So that's one of the reasons, because I think men know that women, when they choose to have sex with another person, it's because there's something that's bringing that woman to that person.
Yeah.
They have to be emotionally connected.
Absolutely. So it's more of a threat. Therefore,
a guy can like literally like walk out the street and be like, "Yo, you want to have sex?"
Well, sex
and
is
then
just
after
sex
that,
9 times out of 10
and after
for
that,
them.
they'd be like, "Yo, I don't even remember this chick. I
Yeah.
don't really give a." It's like Jay-Z said, "I was just fucking them girls. I was gonna get right back."
Right.
So that's
Well, you're thinking with your small head, not your big head. Yeah.
Yeah.
They could both be small.
But women are like,
Sometimes it usually is that
when
way.
women choose to have sex with somebody, they're like, oh, there has to be even if it's a one night stand, there has to be something about this man that would make you want to have sex. Like, oh, damn, look at his hair. Oh, look, I like the way he dressed. Oh, I like the way he talks to me.
No, I've had emotionless sex on a few occasions where I literally did not give a flying fuck one way or another. There was times I didn't even remember who that person was, and someone had to remind me, and I was like, "Oh shit, that
we
happened."
need napkins. Oh shit.
Do you spill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely. I'll get a napkin.
So, I guarantee that.
Here, Laura. Get any more?
I guarantee you. So you said you've had
Emotionless sex.
Emotionless sex.
Oh, absolutely.
Was that just a one night stand, or did you see that person continuously?
No, I just recently had my first one night stand out of the 17 years I've been sexually active. But I've had 2 emotionless sex interactions with people who I felt nothing towards. Absolutely nothing.
So, but was it a one night stand?
Yes, in the sense that I never had sex with them again, but I'd have to see them on a regular basis, but it meant nothing.
Like your coworkers or something?
No, just like someone I would know and see around, and I could just keep it 100, act like nothing ever happened, because in my mind, nothing really did happen.
Boy, can you get one? Can you get more?
I'm right on it.
Like a fucking stack. So, I guarantee. I mean, it's good that you said that. Oh, I just had emotionless sex, but I think if you would have continued to fuck that person, you would have caught feelings.
I don't think so. I think it's emotions for a woman means that you have to be willing to give emotions. And I think at that point in my life, I was so broken and damaged that I had no emotions to give. I was so closed off that it could have been anybody at any given time. It wouldn't have mattered to me. Like, I've been somebody that's definitely been in my masculine energy many a time in my life. Therefore, I've never felt like I had to make sex be a big deal. And I think that's 90% of like
Please
how
don't
most
spill it.
men feel about sex is like, I'm literally feeling a carnal, physical feeling. It has nothing to do with my emotions. Like you just said, I could fuck any chick. It's about can I versus do I want to. It's just like an instinctual feeling. And I think I've reacted to an instinctual masculine sexual desire on a couple of occasions where I felt nothing after the fact. It was just a physical release, and I went about my merry way and had no emotions towards it whatsoever, but I was never like I ghosted anybody or whatever. I just kept it mad 100 and did my own thing. Where just recently I had like the first official one night stand where I was like, okay, I'm never going to see this person ever again.
Was that with a man or a woman?
With a man. And I was
Where did you meet him
myself.
at?
I was in New Orleans. It was just one of those things.
You say recently? Last week?
In November. Beginning of November.
That's not recently. That's like last month.
That's recent as fuck for me.
Recent is like within the week.
That's recent for me. I'm not somebody that's just out there patrolling the streets trying to get laid.
I'm not saying you are.
So in my book, that's mad recent.
All right. So you were in New Orleans. Do you feel like you had the one night stand because you were just on vacation?
No, it was a liberating, freedom kind of a thing for me.
Would you have fucked him out here? if you saw him out here in Oakland?
I don't think it would have mattered. I think I would just hit like a really good place in my life where I no longer treated sex in a way that was going to damage me in any way, shape, or form. I think I actually viewed sex in a healthy way where I could engage in sex in a positive, non-emotional sense, but that the fact is that normally the way I conduct my life is that I want somebody to stick around. But since I had always wanted that, therefore it becomes an expectation, an unrealistic expectation of somebody that you knew in your heart of hearts was not reality. I think that's where people get, well, I would say mostly women get jaded on, is that they expect far too much from somebody when they engage in sexual activity that they just lose sight of the big picture. And I think for the first time in my life, I never viewed it in that way on a conscious level. Therefore, when I had this opportunity to just merely have sex with someone and have it mean nothing, but I filled a physical need and desire, it was a liberating feeling that I no longer had to react on emotions anymore, that I could have, in some ways, my cake and eat it too if I wanted to. But then it also reminded me that I'm like, I don't like having unfulfilled sex. I want to have intimacy, true intimacy with a partner. You know, I want somebody to be able to, like I told you, like mentally, like mind fuck me on a cerebral level of connection, intimacy. And that's going to get me off way before our physical senses. Because it's like, I can fuck whomever and that only fills one area. But if you mentally and cerebrally connect with me, that's the ultimate fuckery, you know? So it's just like a different perspective on the male, like, desires and wants.
Yeah, you can have some.
Thinking with the small head versus the big head.
Eat it.
No, I have an open.
Your bread's down here.
All right. Can you break me off a piece of that bread?
Yeah.
All right, Lori.
Yes.
Have you ever had a one night? I mean, you
I've
say you're a relationship type, but have you ever had a one night stand?
I have.
I'm not talking about I slept with someone and then the next day we were together.
No, I don't. I mean, no. Yeah, I've had a few one night stands.
Rip me off your bread.
I wake up in the morning, nothing I'm totally proud of, but yeah, I've done it.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's dope. I mean, I don't care about that person, so why do
But you say you're emotional and you want to be in relationships. Do you not call the person back the next day or like, oh, we had a great night, I want to see you again? You never do that?
I have before, but I don't know. It's kind of how I have to like ride it out and see how I feel in the morning. Like if you're still in my bed and it's noon, like you gotta go. Like I don't want to do 9 times out of 10. I don't want to do brunch.
Okay.
I've only done that once after what was supposed to be a one night stand.
Do you think it's easier? This question is for both of you guys. Do you think it's easier to get women in the gay community? I mean, to get a partner in the gay community rather than in the straight community?
No.
I think it's harder.
Yeah.
I think the standards are way higher.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Hell yeah.
Way
Gay men, if you walk into a gay
We're
club...
not gay men.
But also, you're just saying there's a difference between sex and a relationship. Sex and a relationship are two different
What
things.
are we talking about? Are we talking about sex or a relationship right now?
Whatever you want.
Are we talking about sex or are we talking about a
You
relationship
just
right now?
said, as far as, is it harder getting in a relationship with
I didn't say relationship. I said getting with.
So fucking.
It's easy to fuck anybody.
Yeah.
No.
Do you want... Really? You don't think so?
I mean, it's easy for me because, I mean, I've been taught all the right things. But I'm saying...
We all have carnal instincts. I think anyone
If I didn't have
can
a partner,
fuck
hey, do you want to fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's
we
just
could
easy
fuck.
for us.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's not... Fucking someone is not hard. Emotionally investing effort in somebody is
Let me
difficult.
ask you this. You're bisexual, so you fuck with guys and girls, right?
Yeah.
So you think it's easier... Let's say you go to a club and you go to a gay club the next day. Which one of those clubs do you think it would be easiest to go to fucking get some pussy or some dick?
It really depends, but 9 times out of 10, as far as like if I go to a lesbian specific party, they're looking for something.
They're looking for sex. Just like I was in them gay clubs.
No, it's much different. There's either the women out there that actually want a long-term, meaningful relationship with someone, or they're just there just to have fun. That's what I'm saying. A woman's psyche is much different than a man's psyche. We can go out every night and not be looking for anything or anyone. We just want to have fun. Whereas if I go to any club where there's going to be male dominancy, like a sausage fest, of course, every single dude in there is going to want to fuck anything that moves. Therefore, the odds are in my favor, guarantee. I could walk up to anyone and be like, you want to fuck? You want to fuck? You want to fuck? You know, without being so...
That goes back to the point where men fuck who they can and women fuck who they want.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's much different for women, but it also... There's mad lesbians out there that just want to fuck too. We all have carnal things where I feel every time I have put out that energy of like, I'm looking for a good time, I'm able to receive that if that's the energy I'm putting off. But if I'm not and I'm closed off, then I'm getting unwanted, unsolicited things from people, and usually it's men.
My partner got mad that I gave you my number after you said you were queer. Oh, dude, I got ridiculed the whole way home. I was like, I'm just going to sit in the trunk at this point. Like, there's no point of me even, like, sitting in the actual car with you.
So she thought you were, like, trying to hit on her or something?
Yeah, but it's like, why would I do that in front of you?
Well, she thought that. That means she already knows that you're that type of person, right?
She knows that I've been a fuckboy before. Outside of any relationship that I've had, if you are hearing this. Just want to put that out there.
She's a jealous type?
100%.
You know that's just going to lead to, like, shit ton of problems?
Just keep fucking her right and hopefully it doesn't blow over.
All right, so, what else can we touch on?
What's your sexuality? Let's ask you questions.
You don't ask me questions on my shit. I don't get interviewed.
Rude.
Let's ask this. Cats, have you ever... Oh, Kate, I'm sorry. You want to be Kate, man. Have you ever pegged
a man before?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Pegging.
But not in the sense of, like, I put a strap on and fucked him. I've just literally... Yes. However, I'm saying I have anally penetrated several men in my life. They felt offended.
And shit?
Mostly digits, you know.
Digits? What the fuck is that?
Fingers.
Oh, fingers. Oh,
However,
you like sticking your fingers in guys' butts?
No, I just like people to feel all the senses.
So
I'm a lover. I want you to feel everything that I can feel.
So you like it?
No, I don't get off on that. I just feel...
I mean, you can like it, though. You did it more than once, right?
I've done it a few times.
Giving you things to have.
Okay.
I like people to break down their walls and allow themselves to explore all options. And it's in a safe place where I will never judge them. I would never put them on blast about it. It's private. But I think that people put so much preconceived notions on what is acceptable in society versus actually fulfilling all of your fantasies, wants, and needs. And I think that most men don't even realize that you have so much stimulation in your prostate that the orgasm that you get out of that shit is wow. That's why anytime you go to a happy endings place, when a girl's jerking you off, the way that we stop you and get you to fucking come already, we shove a fucking finger up your asshole and make you blow.
That's where your G-spot is.
Yeah.
You used to work at the happy endings massage?
I have friends that have, and that's the trick. But I've also done that in real life.
Where are these happy endings? You want to shout them out?
Where are the happy endings?
Yeah.
The people?
You mean the places that get closed down?
Name a happy ending spot that you know.
They're all in New York. These are all my homegirls that worked in New York.
Oh, so none out here?
No. Well, there are. All happy endings
any?
places. Go to the L's, my friend. Go to the L's. I used to live around the corner from one of them.
Okay. All right. So I have a bisexual woman and a lesbian here. So this is a perfect question to ask them. Do you think sexual orientation is a choice?
Yes and no. I think that people like myself, I think I have a choice in terms of how I want to connect with somebody. But it is because I am that open and receptive and understanding that it does not matter gender. I go off of vibes. It's still a choice. I am free-willingly choosing whom I engage with sexually, whether it is a man or a woman. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Or I wasn't born that way, thinking like I have to be with a man or I have to be with a woman, or I have to be with both. It's not an identity thing that's for me. And I think that's someone that's why I said the first time we met, I'm queer. I don't like the word bisexual because that means more. I feel it's more damaging. People are pigeonholing you. It's like, I think in the LGBTQ community, like, people get, like, there are ways about it where, like, no, that means you're fucking lesbian, just own it, or you're fucking gay, stop being stupid or whatever. And it's like, no, I am actually about just exploring all of my options and never neglecting the fact that I can find love and happiness and fill my needs and desires by whomever comes my way. And I think that's the most honest, real choice that exists. However, for Lori's case, she was born this way to...
Let Lori answer her. So you can tell her what you didn't know this girl when she was born.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like you choose who you are as an identity person. However, it's like you already knew you were that person.
Yeah, I think
you choose it.
Yeah, I think I 100% was born this. That was such a Lady Gaga thing to say, but
born this way.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I knew at like a young age, like something I was different. I knew.
So how do you explain?
How do I explain what?
I was gonna say, how do you explain you dealing with dating guys for that long?
Oh, like I said,
but then I already know the answer.
Yeah, part one is like I tried. I thought that was like the right thing to do. I thought that, being a lesbian and being different, like it should have been hush hush and should have been suppressed. And it's not because my parents were horrible people. It was just like the community that I like lived in. But like I said before, bringing that one person home that my family absolutely love and adore, or loved and adored. Still trying to figure that one out. I mean, it made things so much easier. But I definitely think it was, like, I didn't stand a chance. I was definitely gay from the day I was born.
All right, so people who give me an answer to that, I'm going to be like devil's advocate, right? I don't believe this, but I'm just saying what people would say. Now, let's say, I'm going to give you an example. It's a stupid example, but it's an example. Let's say a person asks, what's your favorite color, right? And you say blue. And I'm like, were you born loving the color blue? You say no. I had to see all, wait, let me finish. I had to see all the colors and pick, I like this, I like blue. I see blue constantly. My fucking blanket is blue. Like, my favorite basketball team colors is blue. Like, my dad loved the color blue. So you were, like, literally, it was like something that was installed in your brain because repetition. You kept seeing it over and over.
Pussy's pink, so I guess my favorite color is pink.
So you grew to love the color blue. Now, use that same example as sex. Oh, let's say I'm a girl. I'm born. I'm not thinking about sex at the age of 6 months. I don't know if I'm a girl or a boy at 6 months. 6 months old. I don't even know how to talk. I don't know how my brain is not developed yet. And then let's say you're 10. I'm a little girl. I don't know if I like boys or girls. I'm not thinking about sex. I see this boy. I don't see a boy. I just see a kid who likes playing with toys. 10-year-old to 15. Okay, I'm 15-year-old girl. Oh, this guy, I'm seeing this guy over and over that I like. I'm seeing this guy over and over that I like. Oh, I'm seeing this girl the same over and over that I like. But I'm not looking at the girl in a sexual way. I'm looking at the guy because, okay, my parents are still married. I see a man and a woman in the household. Okay. So, let's say the girl is 18 now. She knows what she wants. She loves men. She's not into girls. Now, take all of those things that happen between being born and 18. Do you still can say that, oh, I was born liking men, or I was taught?
Born is different than your identity. So
no, because a lot of people say, oh, I was born this way. I was born gay. Like, how are you born gay? You don't even know about sexuality when you're...
Absolutely. However, what I will say is your identity is something that exceeds time and space. I could go off on a whole
Do you get that
tangent.
example that I just said?
Yes,
you understand
in
what I was saying?
a realistic and pragmatic, logical sense, I agree with you there. However, there are things that even science say that are passed down from so many different generations in energies and environments that have already created you on a cellular level that cannot be argued. There are things that people naturally are going to gravitate towards almost immediately. And it is because social normatives and brainwashing change us. And that's why a lot of us can go through identity crises of like, why do I feel like I'm doing something wrong when I am following my path? And that's where we have the choice to choose. Do I honor my true, authentic self? Or do I conform to societal demands and normatives? That is a choice. But if you are truly living within your authenticity, you already knew who you were. Why the fuck do you think any spiritual bullshit starts with the affirmations, I am? I am is not a timely thing. It is not present. It is not past. It is not future. It is a state of being. Being is timeless. And so that's where I'm saying I believe that you already know on a conscious or subconscious level who you are.
So basically you're saying your belief is you were born gay or straight.
I don't think it's... I think it's just you come into yourself, but that's never being denied.
That's basically what I just said. So you don't believe you're born this way? Like Lady Gaga.
Well, I don't like saying born because, like I'm saying, these are things that are transcend time. You could have had a past
society
life.
says you're born this way. So do you believe that, yes or no?
I don't.
Okay. Lori, do you believe it?
I think you're looking for a quick answer that doesn't have an answer.
I'm
Yeah,
talking
it's a
about what
question that really
fucking
doesn't have an
society
answer.
is saying.
Fuck
like,
society.
you're-
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm not saying you. Even gay people say, "Oh, I was born gay."
And that's fine if that is what they.
But if they
Okay,
know
what
what
do
a
you
young,
think?
but
I'm
if they
asking
know
you
it- if they
specifically.
It
know at a
doesn't
young
matter
age-
what I think.
Well, okay, everything.
everybody's different.
I'm asking you specific. I'm not asking everybody. I can't ask everyone in
Wait,
the
Matt, I can
world.
take the mic around.
I'm asking you specifically. Do you believe you're born?
You were
straight?
born with your soul. Your
Oh my
soul
God.
is who you are.
Lori, what do you think? She's not giving me a straight answer.
I gave you the most direct answer.
I think you're born the way you're supposed to be born. I think everything's set up for you. I don't believe in a higher power, but I think you're born exactly the way you're supposed to be. Your chemicals in your body, your balance, your brain, how it's wired, all of that is pre-planned. And that's the way it is. So if your parents are mad at you being gay, it's technically their fault because they were the sperm and egg. So we can't be mad at anybody but themselves at that point. But when it comes down to it, it's like you are who you are.
Can you hold that thought?
Absolutely.
Does anyone else need to use the bathroom?
No, but
I
I'll
think it's
definitely
just
take
you.
another shot.
A shot? All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. It's still recording, so you
Okay.
guys can keep
Yeah,
talking.
We're just going to talk shit.
Yeah,
We'll talk shit about him while he's gone.
I'm gonna
and
go
he'll
piss
hear
real
about it when he
quick. I'll be
posts his
right back.
podcast. This motherfucker.
We should have like one of those like hold call like
Call
elevator
in if
music.
you want to.
Yeah.
Oh, we can play music. Hold on, let me see what I got. Let's do some Fleetwood Mac. Right?
What shall we play?
Dreams.
Gypsy is my favorite.
Okay, we'll do Gypsy. I got it.
Stealing all of his bread.
wasn't no awkward silence this whole time, right? Or you guys were fucking talking?
No, we were playing Fleetwood Mac. That was your hold music.
And we stole some of your bread.
Fleetwood Mac. I'm gonna have to edit that out because I don't have. That's copyright infringement.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sure they're doing fine money-wise.
We'll look at the time, stop, and then go back, 2 minutes?
Whatever. I don't think Fleetwood Mac is gonna be worried about this little podcast.
I'll never find it.
Yeah. I want to order a drink, but I don't feel like... All right, one of you guys gonna have to get up and order the drink.
All right. What do you want?
Tecate tequila.
PBR, shot of whiskey. You can put it on my... All right, Kate. What is your full name?
My full government is Catherine, but I only go by Kate.
And what's your ethnicity?
I'm Korean.
Like full Korean?
Yep.
How do you feel about dating outside your race?
Doesn't matter. I think every person I've ever dated actually is outside my race, technically.
How's your family think?
Well, I'm adopted, so the people that raised me are white.
How do you feel being raised by white parents, being Korean?
Love is love. I had to grow into that, but I never had an identity crisis with not knowing who raised me. That's my family. There's no question. Do you think
you'll be the same person if you were raised by a Korean family?
Absolutely not. I think I would have had more struggles. I think I was meant to be where I am and live my true, authentic self.
Okay. Do you know your real mom, dad?
Nope.
Do you know anyone who's really related to you? Have you done your
I have
you don't care about finding out?
Nope. The only thing that would be beneficial is just knowing medical history, and that's it for me. But it serves me.
You can't find that out? Isn't it public records or something?
No, it's not.
I just jumped into this. What happened?
I'm adopted from Korea, so the people that raised me.
That I went out with.
It's very common.
Yeah.
Yo, Lori's a player. She's a pimp.
Not quite. Just me, my friend.
Oh yeah, so she's adopted. Were you the only kid in the house?
No, my brother. He's also adopted, but he's white ethnicity.
What were your adopted parents like? They were cool?
Mad cool. My parents
you know what?
hippies.
As long as you're happy, they give you a good roof over your head. I think that's all that matters. Loved you as if they're your own.
There was never a question.
Have you ever been pregnant before?
Surprisingly not.
High five.
Never. I never had an abortion.
Never had a scare? Like, oh shit.
I've had several scares, but luckily I never fully was pregnant.
You prefer to have sex without a condom? Do you?
I think everybody does. However,
does it feel that?
Not me.
It
does feel different. There's
it does?
Yeah, it does feel different.
Okay, can you describe the differences for the men who don't have pussies?
Well, you can feel it different. It's I feel people's energies.
It's your fault.
Well, I feel people's energies. Luckily I've been on birth control 90% of my sexual active life. That was an issue for me if I wanted to or not, other than just being safe sex in general.
Yeah.
But I think it's a guy that, let's just say the condom doesn't fit him so great, is going to feel that difference, and therefore he's not going to perform to the way that he would like.
Yeah, but how does it feel as a woman? How does it feel to you?
But I'm saying it's I feel his uncomfortableness, and it makes me feel his uncomfortableness. For me, I also can just feel it, though,
You're
too.
talking about, you're talking about some, spiritual shit. I'm talking about the actual, me rubbing on this desk right now feels the type of way.
Yeah. And you can feel a difference as a woman,
and then
too.
when I put on a rubber glove, it'll feel differently.
Yeah, exactly. And it does.
So explain the difference between, what do you feel? The vein on the dick, or?
No, it's just more the friction, because it's we naturally lubricate ourselves to a certain degree.
PBR, you're missing two.
She's grabbing.
Oh, she's grabbing. I thought you forgot.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
But, so we secrete natural lubricants based upon our chemical, receptors in our brain. So it's I'm saying it's for women, ours is more of a psychological situation when we're engaging in a sexual activity. Cheers. So, most women, we have the ability to control, our orgasms and, what's actually going to fulfill us. It's most of us women that have sex with men, we're not going to overcome a lot of the time because we're just not mentally in that place to do it, as well as a lot of physical stuff is not going to hit the right spots that engage you in that way. Unless you are someone that is totally connected with everything that they got going on of like what gets them off, it's really challenging.
Tell me one thing specifically that if someone does to you, you could come that like that.
That does not happen at all for me. No. But I can get in that mindset and my body reacts to that with certain things.
What things?
Well, it's like true intimacy for me personally. Everyone is different. I can just really connect with somebody. And when we're intimate in that regard, it's like I like ear nibbling. I don't know what it is, but it's got to be done in a very particular way.
So ear nibbling would get you like wet and like...
In that mode where I'm like, yes, I'm going to get mine, period, end of discussion. And
Lord.
I will make myself get mine.
Don't nibble on my ears. I'd say, like, going down on me.
Just like oral sex?
Yeah.
You get in it or
Both. I'll give and receive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so which one like makes you...
I think
like,
starting off giving definitely revs things up. And I think for grand finale, getting it is just...
Is there anything specifically that a person can do to you to make you like, oh, if that girl does this to me, I'm going to like nut?
I mean...
Like me, if a girl like starts whispering in my ear, like when I'm like getting in deep, like that shit would make me like... That's why I'm so quiet. I'm like, yo, don't say shit to me.
Because you want to last longer.
Exactly. Don't say nothing, just be quiet.
I would say, I mean, I don't want to be cliche and kind of saying, like, hit all the right spots, but I would say, like, touch and base in places that need to be, like, don't spend too much time in one spot. Don't spend too much time on, the clit. Don't spend too much time on the outside areas. Like, just make sure you kind of just touch base, and I think that's what really, really gets it going.
Do you consider yourself like a butch lesbian?
No, I consider myself a STEM.
A STEM?
Stud femme.
A stud.
Stud femme.
Can you explain
what a
that
stud
definition?
Is? Okay, so
well, I mean,
STEM
to the
is someone,
people who don't know what the fuck a stud is.
So a STEM is kind of like someone who has a little bit of that masculinity, but also that feminine side.
Okay.
Definitely something that benefits and hits a lot of categories
That's
in
a
the lesbian
stud?
community. Yeah. No, that's just
a stud
a STEM.
femme?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you saying stud femme or STEM?
STEM.
STEM.
Which is stud femme.
See that? I didn't know that. There's so many fucking
acronyms for everything.
Do you feel like why the fuck do we need all these acronyms? Do you feel that sometimes? Because that's how I feel.
I do.
There's too many shit to like. The other just popped on the scene, right?
Did they?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Jesus.
And then there's a they.
There's they, them, there. There's also Z.
Z, I don't know that. What the fuck is
Z?
Z?
Is kind of, instead of saying she or he, you can say Z. If you don't know their pronouns out of respect.
Do you think that's stupid, though?
Absolutely not. I think you're respectively identifying
Why can't I
someone.
just identify you as a person instead of giving you a
And
Z?
how would you identify them as a person?
People are
As her. Like, I identify
But
you
you
as
were
Kate.
projecting my gender on me. So
When?
if you met anyone here in this establishment, and just because he looks like your picturesque man, and I address him as sir, man, him, he, is that okay if he actually doesn't?
I would
reflect
address
himself as that?
them as who they are. Like, what's your name? That's how I would address them as.
Right.
I'm not saying, oh, do you want me to call you he, the, she, X,
But
Z?
you just
I'm
said
gonna be like, yo.
him. So that's what we're saying. That's why Z was important, because you were not projecting any proper pronouns to that person. And you are accepting them for their name, their identity.
Yes.
That's the whole purpose of it.
It's the whole, like, you are who you are. You're a big circle, and everything that's
Right.
you are is
if you want to
inside
be a
that
rock,
circle.
be a rock. You want to be a tree, be a tree. Just
Do you think
be
it's
whoever
overly
you wanna be.
excessive at times? Sure. But the
that's
justice
basically-
is
that's what I was
absolutely
asking.
clear. Yeah.
But also out of respect, let this person identify and figure out who they are. They're allowed to go through 10 million roller coaster emotions to figure out who they are and who they want to be. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no time limit. If you still can't figure it out and you're on your deathbed and was like, aha, this is it.
What is the people that to be like a furry cosplay animal, the furries or whatever? Let them. Yeah, there's people that identify as like a furry.
I'm sitting there going, oh.
Like, let them do them. Like, okay.
I get it.
Who am I to judge? Why do I give a shit? Let you be you.
Yeah, I'm not judging anyone.
Thank God. We'd have to drop the mic literally in the dip.
I was saying, you guys took the question differently. But anyway.
That's why you have these podcasts, get different perspectives.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not differently, but you took it the wrong way. You answered a question that I didn't ask. That's what I'm asking.
You just asked Lori, what did you think about people calling them, her, she?
No. Yeah, that wasn't my question.
The question was about, what do you
think it's overly, like, what did you say, overly hyped?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, that's
excessive.
That's the question, yeah.
It can be at times, absolutely. But it's an adjustment period that we're all going through. So we're all going to get used to it, and then in a year or two down the road, we're going to be like, oh, why did we even make a fuss about this?
Exactly. So who are you voting for?
In 2020?
Yes.
Certainly not the fucking Cheeto-looking dumbass.
Yes, we know that, goddammit.
I just want to put out there.
Yeah, I think you don't even need to put that out.
I just hope he jokes
listening
on,
to you, they'll be like, okay, yeah. I mean, but Americans are dumb.
Yeah, we allowed him to even be in office. Hello. I'm not too sure yet. Kind of need to see what the final round's going to look like. Harris.
Who are you leaning toward?
Well, Harris dropped out.
Kamala Harris. She had everybody bamboozled.
Yeah.
She's a cop. She put multiple minorities behind bars. A lot of people don't know that. They just look at her and go, oh, she's a black woman. But
she did do that in Sacramento.
Research her, and you'll be like, fuck Kamala Harris. But Kamala Harris, if you like the show, thank you. Listen.
Let me talk shit about you real quick, but thanks. I appreciate it. Joe Biden's good. He's a good guy. I don't know. Like, I really haven't been watching
Why do you like Joe Biden?
He's just real and authentic. He'll just tell you exactly how it is. I just think.
So he's basically like Trump, but the good version. Because Trump says Trump says
what he
wants.
He's out of pocket and out of line. There's a difference. This is classes off type of conversation now. I can't see your face, but that's okay. No, I mean, he's real. He's amazing. I'm just trying to get through this whole...
Biden said a whole lot of racist shit when he was younger?
Okay. Trudeau did blackface twice, and he's still in office.
Yeah, that's true. I do believe people change. I just wanted to say that for some reason.
Like...
Everyone's like, oh, like that dude who got... he took a picture. I don't know. He was in Congress. He was a white guy. I don't even know if he was white, actually. But he worked... Al Franken. You know Al Franken?
Yeah.
So they kicked him out of office because a picture of him pretending to touch a woman's breast on an airplane while she was asleep went viral. Do you know about this story?
No, I don't.
So that's why he got kicked out of office.
Good. Fucking keep your hands on your knees and no one else's.
You don't.
Dude, didn't actually do it.
It doesn't matter, but if you're portraying that you're gonna do it, what makes anything different that you're not gonna actually do it?
Do you know when you if you take a picture with a friend, right? And then let's say the friend is standing like this, and you're drunk, and you go down there and you take a picture. If you kneel and open in your mouth like he's gonna
That's your friend. You know that person.
But how do we say we didn't know? They work together on the same private plane. It's like a military plane that only carries 4 people. Going across from Afghanistan or something.
But I think
you need to research the story. But the difference is this motherfucker. He's a gay congressman.
Yeah.
Like one of the first. He does a lot of shit for the LGBT community and minorities. And they what's that word that the young people are using when the opposite of when you cancel culture. Cancel culture canceled him. Got him kicked out of office just because of that one picture.
Well, this is the thing. People...
Do you think that was right?
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's wrong either. I think that when you are in a position of any power, people are going to scrutinize everything that you do with such microscopic levels that you need to be consciously aware of your actions, that you set the tone for what you want to portray or that what you have been known for.
Especially
should everyone take that to heart? Fuck no. I would have laughed at that photo. However, I can see the other perspective of like, that is inappropriate. This person is unconscious. They are not allowed to have an opinion or a say, and this is what's being like shown. That's obviously not a good look.
But you also know right from wrong.
That like so like to the extreme is unfair that they cannot like explain themselves in further detail, because like you're saying, you're telling a situation without facts right now. So you don't know, like you said, if this was a girl that did she care about it or not, like that he works with, like we don't know the whole situation. Nobody will ever know the whole situation other than those two people. So do I think that's everyone's business? Absolutely not. But I think that you are in a position of power that you need to be a little bit more conscious about your actions, that it could be
the motherfucker is human. You don't have human mistakes.
I agree. But I'm saying...
Do you think society should ruin his life just because of that one picture?
Absolutely. But then the same argument could be asked, like, oh, just because Donald Trump said this or that, like, are we going to feel some type of way? You know what I mean? Like, it's a double standard for a lot of shit. Like...
This isn't the first time he's done something. It says the radio host groped the forcibly kissed by now Senator Al Franken during the 2006 USO show. Says now infamous photo of the Democrat's hands on her breasts while she slept wasn't meant as a joke. It was an in-your-face parting shot after nearly 2 weeks of being belittled and humiliated. So he's a petty-ass stupid motherfucker.
What website is that?
I'll source it.
See, I didn't know. I don't know all this. I just went off of Bill Maher. Bill Maher show. He was talking about the shit. You know what Bill Maher is?
Also, and you know that Bill Maher has also been persecuted so many different ways from Sunday about being a shitty human being. So that's what I'm saying. It's like we project so much shit on other people without anyone fully knowing the facts. You know, and people be like, but I heard it from the, you know, fucking scholarly journal X, Y, and Z. Like, good. Like, cool. Like, it still doesn't matter. That's your opinion. Like, I'm not going to say that everybody's actions should be taken to heart, nor should I say that they should be neglected in any way, shape, or form. But we, by talking about this, are creating more of a problem than we are solving anything. When just like, I don't know, for certain shit like that, it's like you're making a mountain out of a molehill in a lot of ways.
But also, where you're at that level and how hard you...
That's what I'm saying. He needs to be held accountable for his actions in terms of him. Maybe if he's wrongly persecuted, it's unfair, but you in that position take that ownership and responsibility for your actions, that they can be blown totally out of context, that you have to be aware that you need to be careful about what you're portraying. I don't think that that's being unreasonable. That's just fucking facts.
All right, Lori.
Oh, God.
What type of woman do you like?
Lipstick lesbians. I like that.
What is a lipstick lesbian?
Lipstick lesbian's a femme girl. I like that edgy vibe, like leather jacket, wearing all black.
Do you like to turn out women? Like women who've never been with a woman before?
Absolutely not. I'm not here to teach and I'm not here to coach.
Okay. Have you ever been with a woman who's never been with a woman before?
Yeah, and it's annoying and boring.
Is it like...
Is it
like how men consider fucking a virgin? Like
I don't know. I've never fucked a virgin in that aspect.
A lot of men hate it because the sex is horrible.
It's not that the sex is horrible.
A lot of men love it because they feel like, it's that pride. They want to be the first, to say they're the first. But anyway.
I mean, I'm not here looking for like a trophy. I don't give a shit about the trophy. However, I prefer someone who knows that they're a lesbian. I prefer someone, who's just a femme, edgy. I like that all black vibe.
So you're a dominant type? You like to dominate, to be the dominator in the relationship?
Dom and submissive. Like, it doesn't matter to me. I prefer to be equals in both aspects. I'm very, neutral. I used to be very uptight and a dickhead and an asshole, but you know what? I've, learned, and it takes losing someone very special and close to you to just be, relax, kind of be,
Who did you lose?
someone that I wanted to marry.
Oh, yeah, we talked about her, right?
But that's
You got
okay.
a lot of history with this girl.
Yeah, 3.5 years. I broke my foot.
You don't miss her?
Absolutely.
Do you still talk to her?
Nope.
Why not?
There's just no communication.
How did it end?
How'd the communication end?
No, how did your relationship with her end?
Me just kind of being an asshole because I broke my foot. So, being on opioids kills your sex drive. I was used to making dinner for us, making breakfast, going to work, being able to help provide and be that other, half of income that was coming in.
So she got mad at you because you couldn't do all that anymore?
No,
That
I
sounds
just feel like it
selfish
was a
on her
lot
part.
of... No, absolutely not. I feel like it was a lot of stress, and then me just kind of being an asshole and getting frustrated that I couldn't do the things that I wanted to, that I lashed out, and that was my fault 100%.
So you an asshole to her?
Yeah.
Like yelling at her, being verbally abusive?
No, not verbally abusive, just kind of getting frustrated over the little things and having a short fuse, and that's 100% something that I was dealing with, and... after we broke up, I did go to Greece for a month, and I learned a lot, and I got to just kind of figure my shit out and who I wanted to be, and that was maybe the break that I definitely needed, and, I feel like I've done a 180 since then. I feel like I'm a completely different person than who I used to be.
Were
and
you
I'm so happy.
still in the relationship when you were in Greece?
No.
No. So you guys were broken up when you went on this?
Absolutely. She was supposed to come with me, and I was going to propose.
Oh, really? You had the ring and all that?
I was getting it there because she wanted an emerald green stone. So there are a lot of places out there that had clean stones that looked a lot nicer
What'd
than
you
we
do
could
with her
get
ticket?
here.
You got a refund or some shit?
No.
You took someone else?
No, I went with my family.
Oh.
So my family bought her ticket just to go. Yeah.
Nice.
So there's that. It was it was so awesome. It was great.
So if a person asks you, name the relationship that basically had the most effect on your life, that would be the girl that you would name?
Absolutely.
Kat, what about you?
I don't know. I've had a lot of profound relationships. I've been pretty lucky.
Okay, well, tell me did you listen to my question?
I can't give you a straight answer. It's like, sure, my ex-husband would be the normal thing that you would gravitate towards because I've experienced what it was like building a foundation with someone from the ground up, being in a committed relationship legally, financially, all that shit. But I've had relationships with men that I've never even been in a committed relationship with that still provoked me in ways that are super beneficial to me.
So you know one person, whether it's a man or a female, no matter the time frame, no one person stands out to you when I ask that question?
Not more than anybody else, in my opinion.
Have you
Because
ever been
I
in love?
learned from every single person. Yes, I have.
Have you really been in love? What's
Yes.
your definition of love?
Definition of love is unconditional love. No matter time nor space, nor good or bad, you still care on a deep level. That, to me, is love. Doesn't matter. Forgiveness is forgiveness.
Yeah,
Reconciliation.
I'm not talking about forgiveness. I'm talking about love. Specifically.
But forgiveness comes with love. Like, you have to be able to break down all your barriers.
You're not
to
going to
be
really
so
forgive someone that
vulnerable.
you don't love and care about.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, but people will say they forgive someone, but that ain't
I'm
bullshit.
not talking about people. I'm asking you specifically.
For
You.
me personally,
Yes.
yes, I have been in love.
Would you die for that person that you were in love with at the time?
At this moment, absolutely.
Meanwhile, I'm
questions
over
asked.
here like,
now or when
At
you
this
were in
moment
love?
now.
So you
Even
still
so.
love them.
Because that's true unconditional love.
So who is this person?
Oh, he don't need to know about that.
Just a guy?
Yeah.
How can you be truly in love with someone that you would die for him if he doesn't reciprocate the same emotion towards you?
Doesn't matter. Because it's, love is what I feel
So you
in
can
my
fall
person.
you can fall in love with someone that deep without them not loving you? I don't feel like how is that possible?
It's
Because
a
in order to
feeling.
fall in love with someone, they have to be
They have to reciprocate is what everyone says. And I think,
that's a known fact, isn't it?
hey, love is weird. Love is...
You can fall in love
love
with
is
a guy
fucking
who treats you like
bonkers.
shit, but you love him anyway.
And that's something I broke down a lot this past year is like understanding like, hey, what's healthy, what is not healthy, what's codependent, toxicity, different things. And at the core, it's like I genuinely care about this person in levels that still elude me, but that I only want the best interest for that person. I want them, all their hopes and dreams to come true, whether they're with me or not with me. I don't care.
And
That
this is
doesn't
the guy
matter.
that you dated.
I wouldn't even say dated.
Or was he like one of your best friends growing up?
This is just someone that we had a situation with. Not
How long
a
did you
situation.
know him?
Situation with, yeah.
How long have you known him?
Not long.
What is not long? Specifically, when I ask you questions, I want you to answer me. How long have you known him?
I think in the grand total scheme of things, when was May? May was
A long time ago.
like 8 months ago or some shit.
Right?
May
No.
2019?
May,
Yeah.
June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
7
I'm
months?
too fucked up to do math.
7 months.
7 months?
7 months ago.
You known this person for 7 months total.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm just trying to get the facts.
That's facts.
So you
But
know
I've
that-
had other relationships where I was...
Okay, but you said this guy specifically is the one
Yeah,
you
that's
like true. So.
the person that I think of when I understand what unconditional love is.
And
Like,
you
no
don't want
matter
to say
what.
his name?
No.
Does he
Doesn't
know
matter.
that you feel this way?
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Is this a guy that you want to be with, but he's like, nah, I'm good?
I don't care what happens because that's when
I
I
didn't ask you that. Is this a guy that you want to be with, but
Doesn't
he's like,
matter.
no? It
No.
doesn't matter. Do you want to be with him? In a relationship?
If I could want something, sure. But it is not up to me to
If
want
he
that.
asked you to, I want to be your boyfriend,
If it-
what would you say?
We are equally able to give and take.
Are
in
you
this
a fucking
situation.
politician?
I'm not a politician.
If he specifically asked you, I want to be your boyfriend, I want to be in a relationship, what
Actions
would you
speak
say?
louder than words. Show me.
Okay. So that would be your answer? Show me?
Show
or
me.
Would you be no? Or yes?
I won't say yes and I won't say no. Show me. That's the person I am. Period.
And Lori, have you ever been in love?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, is your definition different from hers?
Not really. But I have been in love.
Multiple times?
I think in love once, the idea of being in love twice. Where I look back and I was like, that's not really what love was. Because if that was love, there'd be a different outcome.
All right, so you base the definition.
I've been in love once.
You base the definition of love off that one girl that you were in love with.
I mean, I base it on, I mean, it checked off every box. It hit every spot that it needed to hit, and that was definitely love. 100%.
Do you want to
You
talk
know,
about? Do you want to talk about these boxes and checks that?
I mean, you know, you have the love languages, definitely words of affirmation, comfort, you know, just being there emotionally, physically, mentally. Like if someone is willing to, you know, take down their wall to be there for you, but also want to grow with you, I think that's super important, and I think that's really hard to come by now. And it's a shame.
How long were you with this girl that you were in
3.5
love
years.
with? Is this the college girl?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, this is a totally different one?
Yeah, totally different one. Met on Tinder. It's supposed to be just hookups, and then
Oh, of course.
whoopsie. But it's all good.
Met on Tinder and you ended up being together for 3.5 years?
Yeah.
And why did it end? You just got bored?
No, it ended because I was just an asshole. Because I was just.
Is this the one that you were laying on the street with the boot?
No. The
There's
only.
so many.
What do you mean? It's.
I'm trying
it's
to
still
find.
the
You talked about like
same
20
person.
girls within this two-part
Yeah, there's a
fucking
lot of
series.
girls that I've been with. The one person that stands out is my ex.
But that's not the girl that you were like a dope. That you're talking about love, right?
Yeah, it is. Same
Oh, yeah.
person. That's the
And
only
this is
person
the-
I've been in love with.
Okay. And that's the one that you moved out here for.
No, you're not even. Do I need to draw you a diagram right now, man? You're not even on the same
I guess
wavelength.
you need to find me a fucking family tree or some shit.
Yeah, that's
All right, well,
definitely
anyway.
what's gonna need to happen.
All right, so yeah. And you guys broke up with 3.5 years because you were an asshole.
Yeah.
Were you an asshole because you were scared of it becoming more serious than what it
No,
was?
honestly, like that was as weird as it sounds. I was ready for it. I was ready to take that next step.
So why were you an asshole?
I was an asshole because I broke my foot and I couldn't do as much for her as I used to be able
So
to
after
do.
your foot got healed, did you try to get back with her?
No, not really. I mean, I tried for a brief second, but that was when like things were still fresh. But her mind was made up, and when your mind's made up, you just have to let them go. It's no point in fighting over something because it's just like less of a turn on. So it's just kind of better to just back up and walk away and just hope that they're doing well all the time and not be that same asshole.